banks and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the inner harbor of Baltimore. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
52's the mark, boy. 52. You ain't going nowhere. Check, 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 check. He's checking. He's checking. Heavy.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Let's go now. Mike, keep it Pittsburgh. I got you, son. Go. 57 the mic. 57 the mic.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Got a man, it's Brown. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. For Lamar Jackson, his first NFL start came against the Cincinnati Bengals November 18th in Baltimore of last year, and he threw for 150 yards, ran for 119 more as the Ravens won 24-21 to kick off what became a 6-1 final stretch that got him the AFC North title. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Jackson. He sets up the screen to Jones. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Let's go. 60 outlaw. Man, I got you. 22.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard
Here's a guy coming off a strong rookie season, Gus Edwards. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
Out of the pistol, the give to Jones. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Check the backer, check the backer. Switch, switch, switch. That's great. Check 26. Let it go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Room to run again. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Aaron Jones, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they'll get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Dalton. This one hauled in by Sample. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Gain of 13 yards. First down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And this throw will be intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. There he goes right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Dalton here from the gun. And the catch good. It's Eifert. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Dalton. And an alley to run. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Set, ready. 10, touchdown. Ball shot. 50 seconds to Mike.
After the interception, here's Jackson. That's pulled in by the rookie from Notre Dame, Miles Boykin. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Slam, slam, slam. Get it all. West.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Come on, set. 18 data, 18 data. Give me base.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
There is no doubt that Geno Atkins is really strong and stout at the point of attack, but I love his suddenness, the ability to make plays, to be in one spot, and then he's gone and into the offensive backfield. He's a heck of a player.
And there, a big TFL, tackle for loss.
Hard to believe that his father, Gene Atkins, was an NFL defensive back. He's bred this big defensive tackle.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target, and it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Now Jackson. This is caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in, and they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
Ready? 57, right. 57 the mic. Get your swerve on.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Edwards. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Gus Edwards, his first touchdown on the year. As the Ravens push further out in front. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go, boy. Bring it up.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The former 1st-round pick, Marlon Humphrey, there to get a hand on it.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
58. Check 52 the mic.
368.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards.
And the Bengals 1st down.
I got it.
Hey, Zoo.
52. Better bring it.
Yeah, 5-6.
I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
1st and 10 for Dalton. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
On 2nd and 10. Dalton nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard strike. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Regular.
Check 49. No. Check.
Hey, wahoo.
Right here. 52. Know your job. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52.
Guys up.
4th down. Dalton wants to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Sua Cravens with a pick. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Accelerating, and off he goes. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Aaron Jones with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as the Ravens push further out in front. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
He's going to air it out deep for Green. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Steps away to his left. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Third and long. What will Dalton dial up? He's got his man here. It's Green. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. That's complete to John Ross. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Finding Green complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here you go, can. 52.
Hey, Alpha.
52. All you get is a headache.
Another chance for Dalton. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Watch left.
Here we go. 93, 52, 93, 44, 44. Here we go.
The final act of the first half, Dalton. He'll let this go end zone for Green. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day. All day.
He may try and run for this. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble, and down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Dalton. He completes it to Boyd. That one good for 26 and a first down. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Dalton to the end zone, but it's incomplete. The tight end, C.J. Uzomah, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
We got 4. We got 4. Hey.
From the gun, Dalton. And that will be incomplete. The safety that time, Tony Jefferson there on the coverage.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. From the left hash, this from 34. And he pushed it. Pushed it from short distance, wide right. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the 2nd sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
57's the mic. 57's the mic. 164. Weak.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
And the Baltimore 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Here we go. 6 yards. 59. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Mike, check.
And now Jackson will look to throw it.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. It's been a struggle for him accruing yards in this game passing the football. So there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the second half, hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums.
Here's Jackson. Steps away. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Carl Lawson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Move. Slam.
Throwing again. Dalton. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The safety that time, Tony Jefferson there on the coverage. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. But you just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Switch.
368. Yeah, 5-6. 2-by-2. Move.
52 to the mic. You're trash.
Here you go. 93, 52, 93, 40.
So they are going for it. Now Dalton, and able to find Green. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Andy Dalton now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Throwing, Dalton. He's got his man. This is Tate. 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Auden Tate, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Double time, double time. Hey, 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 hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
Again, it's Jones. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here we go, here we go. He set the flag. He set it. I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this half. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead.
Deuce, 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 deuce. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill, kill.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
What happened?
Ready? Mike 57. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Complete to Jones. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
They're a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game.
I'm playing the game.
I don't see why that trend would change now.
Oh, Sale P.
You're playing me pretty tough.
Throwing on 2nd and 8.
Yeah.
Jackson. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
It's 28-7.
That's usually how it works right there. So you try something new.
Trying not to be repetitive, you know.
Yeah.
Because I know
it's
what
hard.
I know what I can do to stop him. It's just, let me switch it up. So now
the Ravens on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Jackson.
Touchdown.
Oh, man, it's caught.
Can't believe you ran cover 2
Hollywood Marquise Brown with touchdown number 7 on the year.
You said it was against
as
Nate?
The Ravens push further out in front.
But they just played.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
I don't know about the fourth down rule.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
But, you know,
He was already up, and how much time was left in the game?
there was seconds.
This fielded a few yards into
he
the
just had
end
to down
zone.
it. There was no
And no
timeouts.
run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
But, you know. No, it was 3rd. It was after halftime. Yeah, I'm positive. And,
Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around.
I don't
Obviously, they'll be
understand,
hoping to do that again.
I'll never
And when you start
understand guys
plotting
like
for
that. The
this
game is
drive,
over.
when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do?
Instead of
You
just
don't go away from
coming
what you
out
did
and put it back
before because
together,
that
like,
worked.
there's
But
no
you have to
play
be
in
prepared for
history
wrinkles and
when you
counters
got less
because you know
than,
they'll make some
you know,
adjustments.
a minute
Good
left
pickup
where you
there. 8
can score
yards on the
28
first down
points
completion.
to win the game.
Here's a 2nd and 2
He's
now from
winning
the 33.
31-14
Mix it. And this has been a
on the
familiar
inside the
sight all
5-yard line.
afternoon
And you
as
run
they
hurry up
stop
3
him
times in a
behind the
row
line.
just to
It'll
score
be a
one more
loss of a
time.
yard,
You know,
and just like that, it's 3rd
yeah,
down.
like you got it.
That's what we're trying to avoid.
You know, that's always bothered me, man. You know. But so that's the only reason why I got me going. Because I try not to say, me and Josh both try not to say much when it's the Nate's game.
And Eifert has it. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Dalton to his big target, Eifert for the Cincinnati first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Let me
Let's see if they do it anyway.
Self-discretion. How many
Dalton.
fumbles have you actually ever seen on an actual quarterback sneak play?
Matt Judon
On a
able to
sneak?
record
I haven't
his
really seen
5th
many.
sack of the season.
In the beginning of their game, Nate ran a quarterback sneak on the goal line and fumbled the ball, and they took it all the way back to the other side.
What?
So the Bengals
I
in
was like,
possession
I
of the football
never
here as we
seen
get you
that, man.
reset.
I've never seen
And let's see what they've
that
come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
It was weird, man, because he got a weird animation of how the quarterback is like he falls
Throwing on
forward to
2nd
the
and
ground.
14.
It's like right before he hit the ground, the dude picked him up off the ground, up in the air, and the ball fumbled out.
And his guys are going to
Hey,
get the
Sewell
football
Cravens
at the
is having a,
37-yard line.
He's having an
All
MVP type
smiles
season.
and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
I got like 8
Yeah, if you can
interceptions
hold a
with
team
him,
to
man.
7 points in the NFL,
This shit is
that's
crazy.
the kind of day that you
I
feel
almost just
really
took that
good
shit back
about.
to the
And I do
house.
know a few guys are going to think to themselves,
He got 2 in
held
this
them
game.
to 7.
God,
If we'd made
damn.
one more play, could have had our shutout.
That's because he keep running the same
Line of
drag
scrimmage to
route, man. Stop
37
running
on
that
1st
shit.
and 10.
See, that's what getting repetitive gets you, man.
You streaming?
I'm recording, bro.
It's Jones. And he gets this one
I'ma do a
inside the
replay.
15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
Huh?
I can't stand all y'all. I'm so jealous of that shit. Let's see y'all doing that shit.
It's time consuming, for sure. But it's fun. I learned how to cut my shit to 8 minutes every time.
They're not totally
Before
home
when I
free
was doing
yet, but
replay,
it's
this shit was
looking
too
good
long,
as they
like
come
20
up
minutes.
1st and 10. This is Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
I didn't know if Josh even told y'all, man. I've been keeping track of everybody's recap and replays.
Okay.
Just so at the end of the season,
Jones.
we don't get hit with one of those.
And
I had
running
10
down
of
the
them.
6-yard
I had
line.
10, man. I did 10.
7
I
yards
promise.
on the
Yeah.
carry, make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
On a 2nd and
It says
long,
here
it's
you did
really
0.
nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run
We
the
got some
football in that
people that ain't doing
situation. I think
nothing,
that
and we
goes
got
back to their
a couple
practice and
guys
game
that are
planning.
just killing it.
They've seen things that they've seen
You-
on tape and in previous games that
the
led them to
Browns are
believe
killing
that
the
even in a
recaps.
long-distance situation, they can
Of
still
course,
run the
Josh
football
is
and gain
killing
enough
the
yards to
recap
put themselves in a good
replays.
spot
The
on
Eagles are
3rd
killing
down.
the
They
recap
didn't get the
replays.
touchdown, but he
And the
did
Dolphins
get
are
the
killing the
1st
recap
down
replays.
as he's tackled at the 1.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Set, ready. 10, Husky. Here we go. 25, check 20.
They'll run here with Edwards. And
the
he'll
game.
actually lose a
Well,
little bit of yardage here.
Man, I
Back
could
to
have
the
scored
2.
right there, but
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1
what's up with
touchdown.
these
And
guys? I
that was
haven't
all she
even been
wrote.
seeing these
Almost
trades
want to do
going
the
on.
defense
People just
chant
hit me
right
up.
now, right?
was
Defense with a
so damn
couple of
busy,
claps
man.
in there, but no one wants
I'm
to
on
hear
the
that
why I'm
from
up
me.
right now. I'm supposed
Let's
to
just
be
talk
at
about
work
how
at
they got
6.
it done, though.
I ain't
When you
finna
take
sleep
care
yet.
of every
6 in the
aspect
morning?
of the game, shut down the run, control the
No, it's
airways,
like
right?
one of them situations
Make sure the
where
quarterback is
if
harassed.
I'm going to go in,
This
but I
type of
probably won't
performance you
stay.
get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency,
gotta go in.
and they just took control.
So for Baltimore, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down.
Yeah, that other
and they will
dude
hit the
is
road
in
next
the
week to
commission,
take on
Madden
the
with us,
Seattle
man. James got
Seahawks.
traded.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals,
Right,
the
he's in the
losses are
first up.
piling up as they drop to 1 and
Who's
5
that?
now. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home.
I don't know, man.
next
Is he
week.
Italian? The Savano?
Colts.
And for
Yeah.
Charles
Salvatore.
Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL.